welcome back. Have you ever heard people say you have as many hours in a day as Beyonce? Clearly that's something people say, but okay, technically it's true, but I can't picture Beyonce, say, scribbling down a shopping list or maybe tasking Jay-Z with folding the laundry while maybe preparing lunches for Blue Ivy and the twins. I cannot see that happening.
Well, I love Beyonce, but for us mere mortals, it's hard getting everything done. So here with the management tips is author and sociologist, Professor Maja. Welcome back to the show.
Oh, we love having you here, Professor Maja. So we're gonna delve deep into your brain right out of the gate. So a lot of women think we can be it all, do it all. Businesswoman, career woman, wife, mother, best friend. Can we have it all in one pocket?
No. No, we can't, right? You can't do it all. You can't do it all. I can't do it all. But yet we're bombarded with this ingrained idea that women can have this glorious, seamlessly mothering experience. At the same time, we're going to pursue a competitive career, a great sex life, rock hard abs, still have time to volunteer at our kids' school, catch up with friends for lattes. Are you kidding me? We cannot do it all. Absolutely not. No.
So for me, I'm trying to do my main job, do my side hustle, whilst trying to force in exercise, time with my husband, and being a good parent.
Yeah.
I mean, and I can go on and on and on. So how, if somebody has a life like that, as so many women do, how can we start to lighten the load?
Okay, where is your time going? You need to calculate your time. You need a time log. And I'm going to give you a personal example. A few years ago, I was completely overwhelmed with the demands of my life. Motherhood. I have a Great Dane Cooper, 185 pounds. Taking care of the house, my career, trying to be a good mother, everything, right? And I was failing. And what I was doing was I was overwhelmed. And I mean overwhelmed, crying on the kitchen floor. Overwhelmed day after day, feeling like I was failing at everything in life. And I said, okay, I'm going to calculate just one thing in my life. Where's my time going? I calculate the hours I spend cooking. I'm a vegan family. So I calculate how many hours am I spending looking for recipes, going to random stores for random ingredients, cooking it up, making the lunches, cleaning up afterwards. And you know what I found? 14 hours a week is what I was spending cooking. Do you know what you can do with your career? With your life, with an extra 14 hours? That's a part-time job. That's my third book. And what I realized in that moment was that I was busy, but I wasn't productive. And you can spend a lifetime being busy with nothing to show for it. So I've got 2 tips for you. One is you have to outsource as often and as much as you can, and there's no guilt involved in outsourcing, right? The second thing is, and this is difficult, and I struggle with this, right? But you have to learn to live with the messiness of life. Sometimes I just have to walk over the laundry. I do, right? Or, yes, good, right? Or you just ignore the dishes in the sink. And no, today's not the day, dishes. It's not going to happen, right? That's what you have to do.
There are other distractions, though. I mean, everybody is distracted so much nowadays.
Yep.
So how do we use some of your tips to minimize those distractions and focus on the productivity over just being busy?
Okay, so you have to time block. And let me give you 2 great tips in order to time block, because we are assaulted by distractions every day, text messages, emails, push notifications, advertisements. People want your time. And what it is it's really forcing you to multitask. Multitasking is just rapidly switching from task to task. And it means you suck at a lot of little things. And I don't want you to suck. I'm here to build you up. So these are my 2 tips, right? Yes. Okay, so this is what I want you to do. I want you to put on your phone a free app. It's called Moments. And it tracks all the things that you do on your phone. How many pickups do you have a day? How much time are you spending on your phone? Are you pinning the life you want on Pinterest instead of putting in the work to create the life you want? That's what I want, okay? My second tip is you have to time block 1 to 3 hours a day for yourself, for whatever feeds your soul or whatever you're putting towards the vision of your life. That time block doesn't have to be consecutive, right? 6 to 7 a.m. in the morning and 10 p.m. to midnight. That's how I wrote the book. 3 hours a day, you can do it.
Okay, Maja. Then there's all the stuff that goes unnoticed.
Yes.
Okay? All the things like maybe the forms that your kids bring home from school, the thank you notes that are written, all these different things, chores around the house.
Yeah.
Tell us about invisible labor and the toll that that can take.
Oh my gosh, this gets me all worked up. Okay, invisible labor. This is what sociologists call emotional labor, right? We are doing the cooking, the cleaning, the pet care, the child care, the elder care, right? We are the cooks, the nutritionists, the appointment makers, birthday reminders. We cannot do it all, right? And so what do men do? What do men do, right? Sir, I'm looking at you. I don't think you do enough. Let me tell you what he does. Ladies, listen. Ladies, you know it. What do men typically do in the house? Oh, are they shoveling the snow? Are they mowing the grass? Are they taking the car to get the oil change? And what is the difference? The job that men do, if it doesn't get done, the household keeps running. Why? Because we're running it. We're running the show. And all of this emotional labor is exhausting because we're planning and we're thinking. And the worst part, people think it's free. It ain't free. There is a cost involved. We bear the burden. We bear the burden for that. So you know what I want you to do? I want you to go home today. I want you to kick that front door down. I want you to say, honey, I watched Professor Maja on the social, and we need to talk. We need to talk because I want a conversation about this. I am not a nag because I want my partner to do an equal share of the household labor. Do not outsource it on me. I have a job, I have a career, I got other things I want to do, all right? That's what I want you to do. And I want you to tweet us out, right? Where are you spending this emotional time?
I mean, we talked about this in the show earlier today that a lot of women fall victim to this idea we have to be people pleasers, we have to be nice, and we don't realize how much of a drain that can be on our time, do we? Like, we're not taking advantage of
You know why? Because we suffer from the twin diseases of perfectionism and people pleasing, right? We just want to be nice. We don't want to hurt their feelings. And we hate conflict, right? No. Stop trying to fix other people's problems. You are not the solution to other people's dramas and demands of your time, okay? You cannot save others. Save yourself. Save your career. Save your bank account. That's what I want you to do, right? I want you to put up your boundaries and start saying no.
Let's talk about that. That's easy to say. In practice, saying N-O, no, is hard for a lot of people. What's your advice?
Oh, I got two good ones. Okay, are you ready? Okay, the first thing, when you're feeling that people-pleasing tendency come up and somebody's asked something of you, stop. You do not have to give them an answer on the spot. Tell them you'll think about it. You'll get back to them. And secondly, this is what I want you to do. Ask yourself 3 questions. Do I have the time? Do I have the energy or the inclination? Do I have the resources or the money? And then I just want you to say no, because it's a glorious work, okay?
So how do you overcome, I can't do it, I can't find the time, I can't get there?
Because people are always wanting to do new things. And really what you're asking is, how do you turn a desire into a habit? Okay? Habits take time. But for some reason, we have this all or nothing thinking. So if we can't work out 1 hour a day, forget about it. I just won't do anything at all. No, you can do 10 minutes. That's okay. That's a perfectionist style of thinking. Secondly, habits take time and effort and repetition. It's a myth that it takes 21 days to change a habit. You know how long it takes? 66 days. And some people take upwards, some people take upwards of 254 days to turn that new behavior into a habit. But yeah, we're so hard on ourselves because we don't nail something within 3 weeks. And lastly, you have to do one thing at a time. You can't quit smoking, train for a triathlon, and become vegan all at once, right? One thing at a time.
Okay, if women want, and I'm sure so many watching do, they want to better manage their time, they're listening to you, what's the one piece of advice you want them to remember today?
When you say yes to someone else, it is a no to you. It is a no to your career. It is a no to your bank account. So when you go home today and somebody asks you for something, what are you going to say? No! Hell yeah! That's what you're going to say.
We say yes to you, though, Professor Maja. Thank you so much. And everyone in our studio audience, you are going home with a copy of her book. Hey, ladies, stop apologizing. And if you want to go see Professor Maja speak, check out ProfessorMaja.com. That's her website. We'll be right back.